Okay, so the Macs are some of the most powerful and efficient computers.
This little machine is not only super powerful and super efficient.
These Macs, they're very fast.
The M3 Max is an absolute beast.
3 times more powerful.
But if you know one thing about them, you know they're terrible at gaming.
Macs have been useless for gaming.
Am I gonna tell you that you should go out and buy a Mac to game? No, I am not.
Is like, you could use it for gaming, but if you're gonna buy a computer to game, you're not buying a Mac.
But now Apple's trying to change this, and that's what I'll be explaining in this video. Okay, so some backstory. Other Apple devices like the iPhone are ahead in gaming and get releases earlier than Android while being more optimized for iPhone. The Mac not only doesn't get releases at the same time as Windows, most of the time it doesn't even get the releases at all. So most of the games for Mac are just mobile games that were designed for iPhone. So in September 2019, Apple launched Apple Arcade as a $5 a month subscription to access exclusive games for Apple devices. While this was great for iPhone, there's the same problem. There are games designed for iPhone, and then the Mac is just a second thought. For example, look at the NBA 2K series. It's not the full console version, it's the arcade version, which again, say it with me, is designed for iPhone. So, like I said a minute ago, iPhone dominates mobile gaming, which in 2023 made an estimated $90 billion in total market revenue. And an estimated 60% of that revenue came from gaming on iPhone, which then Apple can take a 30% cut of, which means they made $14.3 billion in 2023 alone from mobile gaming. Why am I telling you this? Well, computer gaming made around $39.6 billion in 2023. But it's estimated less than 5% of that revenue comes from Mac devices. And an even smaller percentage of that revenue comes from the Mac App Store, which is where Apple would make money by taking 30% of that revenue. See where I'm going with this? Yeah, they don't make a lot of money from Mac gaming. Okay, but if they were able to get even half the numbers of what the iPhone has for mobile gaming, they would make $3.5 billion a year. Plus, they would sell so many more Macs because gaming is one of the only areas where the Mac is truly behind. And since the Mac is already super powerful, all it really needs is games. And that brings me to the next chapter. Okay, so Apple has been trying. They've been making deals with developers to bring games to Apple devices. And at the past couple of events, they've been announcing them. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows and Mirage, Death Stranding Director's Cut, and Resident Evil Village. But it's not enough to get a few games Windows was already getting. There's new games every year. So what Apple needs to do is more of what they did with Ubisoft. Pay game developers to bring their current and future games to Mac. Ubisoft won't be enough though, so if they could make a deal with EA for all their sports games, Activision for Call of Duty, or PlayStation for all the games they're porting to PC. If they could get 2 of those, then they would have significantly caught up. And eventually they wouldn't even need to make deals anymore because Mac would actually be viable for gaming. And if they wanted to speed this up even more, they can make an exclusive Apple Arcade game with Mac in mind. Whether they design it themselves or make a deal with a studio, this could be epic. Imagine a racing game that took full advantage of M3, so it didn't have ads in it. That would be revolutionary. The joke right here is, the best racing game on Mac right now is just an iPhone game that has ads and microtransactions. It is really bad. Okay, now we can unpause and be serious. It could actually take full advantage of M3 and have stellar graphics and performance in a MacBook. That's why I think Apple has so much room to grow here, because there aren't any Windows laptops that have the efficiency and power of the MacBook. And don't even get me started on the gaming laptops. They have negative efficiency, and if it has to be plugged in to run, it's just an overpriced desktop. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. Leave any feedback you have in the comments. Subscribe, and I'll see you next month. Peace!